Hello dear students, how are you? I hope doing well. For today I'm going to explain Unit 3 People and the Environment. In this unit we have something new about reading part and writing part and also vocabulary development. صلاة عند بخير كراني عزيز لا يونتي سيا People and the Environment خلق وجينجا بزانين باسي چي اكين بو هر بارتيكيان چند بابتي كي تازه من هي كتازه بيان اشنا ابيت. In here, for reading part, we have 3 pictures and also we have 3 titles. We must to match the picture with the titles. We must to label them together. Okay? Look at the pictures of weather. Match the title 1, 2, 3 with the picture A to C. Okay? We have 3 pictures and 3 titles. We must to label them together. بيرسل ليبل يمكن ماتش يمكن بيكم بجانين picture كانوا title كاني كهمانا. Okay, desert morning, a winter's day and hurricane season. Desert, what does it mean? Desert, it means بيابان, and also we have second one, winter's day. Okay, رجك is the sun, and also hurricane season. Hurricane, what does it mean? Hurricane, it means زريان. Okay, it means strong storm. وهذا زريان كي بهز وبقوات. In here, let's match the picture with the titles that we have. Desert morning. Which one is the desert morning? بانيكي بيابانا. This one. And also a winter's day. Okay, look at this. Let's describe pictures. After that, we can choose the right topic for them or the right title. This is a snow. There is a lot of snow. Okay, look at this. And in here it is dry and sunny. Okay, it's desert. And in here we have a strong rainy or heavy rainy, and also a strong wind. رشباي كي بهس هي وباراني كي بهس هي ولا ميانا بيابانو جرمايو وشكا جوكي اللي رشابة فريكي زور هي. Kata desert morning belongs to this one. Winter's day belongs to this one. And also hurricane season belongs to this one. This picture explains hurricanes for us. Explains storm. Big storm for us. Kata zirian mamborun akato. In here we have some vocabularies. We have some words. We must to match the words with the pictures. Heavy rain. Barani behes. Dry. That's clear for this one. And strong winds. Rashabai Behes belongs to which one? Belongs to A, hurricane season. Snow to this one. Snow, it's clear. Buffer, blue sky for this one. Hot belongs to this one. Sunny belongs to this one. Wet belongs to this one. It means shedar. And storm belongs to this one. Cold belongs to this one. C, picture C. Warm belongs to picture A. Why? Which get me with picture A garatawa? Because hurricanes starts in the warm places, in the warm waters. When the waters became warm, hurricanes will start. لكاتك أو جرم أبد لو حالتنا hurricanes سو زريانا كان دس بأكاد. That's why warm belongs to picture A, and ice belongs to picture C. Okay, before reading our reading part, we have 5 questions for you. With your partner, discuss answers to the questions. Make a note of your ideas. We have a reading part. We must read that part. After that, we can answer these questions. But before reading the reading part, I will explain the questions for you. Do hurricanes have names? I have zanin ziriana kan nabian here. What's the difference between a hurricane and typhoon? What is hurricane and also what is typhoon? زين جوازي تشيلنا وانينا وهurricane تشيو typhoon تشيل. How do we measure hurricanes? شون أتوانين measure hurricane كين hurricane ببيوين measure it means بيوانا كردن. What is the center of a hurricane called? Okay, بزاني ناوراسي hurricane وزريانا كان شي بي أوتري. In what seasons are the hurricanes? لتشوار زيكا هيريكان مان هيل. Okay, we have the study skill box about what? About scanning using headings. Okay, well, we have a heading for each part. Scanning is reading quickly to find information. One way to scan for information is to use the headings of paragraphs, sections, and chapters. For example, to find answer to a question, answer to a question 1 in exercise 4. Do hurricanes have names? Look in encyclopedia entry under the headings naming. Okay, naming hurricanes. In here, this study skill box talking about what? Talking about that we have a headings. You can get information easily by using headings. For example, look at this. In here we have a heading. We have a heading for this part and also for this part. For each part we have a heading. Okay, this heading help us to get information easily, okay, in quicker way or in faster way. كاتا heading كان يارمتي معناها زانيارك زوتر بدز بينين. How? When we are going to search or we are seeking for answers, I'm going to seek or I'm going to search about naming hurricanes. I don't want to read the other parts. Directly I'm going to naming hurricanes and I'll read only this part. كاتي كمان بدشن ناوي هurricane زريانا كان أقرم هurricane كان أقرم ناجم هوا بارتا كان بخمن مو أم هيدنجي كهما أم ناوشاني كهما يارمتي درم أبد كزانياري كزوتر دسم بكوت وأسان ترببوم. Let us read these hurricanes, this reading that we have. Look at the picture. This is a hurricane. Hurricane starts from the warm waters and we have a center of hurricanes. It's called an eye. An eye and starts from warm water. Climax, it means the highest point. The highest point of happening hurricanes, it's in September. Why in September? بوشي لما زورتنين رجي تومار كردني هurricanes وزريانا كان تومار أكره لبر أوي لما دا كشو هوا زورجرنا. The weather is very hot and hurricanes will start. كشو هوا زورجرنا بيتو أبيتو هوي أوي hurricanes كان دسبب كان. Right, let's read each part. What are hurricanes? Hurricanes are very big storms. They usually from the warm waters of the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico. Hurricanes also form in other parts of the world, but they have different names. قاعدة إما hurricane سكان لكودس بيكن لا أو كجرم أبد من الأتلانتيكي Ocean and Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico لم تسشنك أو جرم أبد هروها لا بارتا كاني تريزاوي شهر رؤدا لا باشا كاني تريزاوي. Okay, but they have different names. In the Pacific Ocean near Japan, China, and Philippines, they are called typhoon. Peoples in these places like Japan, China, Philippines, they called hurricanes typhoon. Okay, they are same. We don't have any differences between typhoon and hurricanes, but because of the differences between the place, because of the location, they called different names. قاطع جوازك من اللي نوان تايفونو hurricanes هرجو كان يكن بلام تنها ببوني جوازي شنكوا لهندنا وشبيه وتري hurricane and the other part called typhoon on تربي ألان typhoon. How do they form? زين شون دس بيكن شون سرچاو أجريت. Hurricanes rotate anti-clockwise around an eye. قاطع anti-clockwise واتا بيشاني ملي كاجمير rotate كات أصورتوا around an eye. بدوري تشاركات. Look at the picture. This is an eye. Okay, this is the center of the storm. They move across the warm oceans and grow bigger and stronger. They cause heavy rain, strong winds, and huge waves at sea. كاتا أبيتو هوكاريشي كاتا hurricanes زريانا رؤدات heavy raining. Okay, heavy rain. بارانيكي بهز, strong winds, رشباي بهز, and huge waves at sea. ورواشا بولي جورا لدريادا. Most of the hurricanes stay at sea, but occasionally they come onto the land. Then they cause a lot of damage to buildings, trees and cars. كاتا زۆر بەی هێریکانسەکان لەکوێ ڕوودەدەن لەناو ئاودا ڕوئایەن بەڵام occasionally جاروبار بەدەگمەن ئەتوانێت بێتە سەر زەوی و هەروەها ئەبێتە هۆی زیانێکی زۆر بە خانە و بینا و هەروەها ڕووەک و دار و درەخت و سەیارە. کاتەگەر بێتە سەر زەوی زۆر بەهێزە it causes a lot of damage و زیانی زۆر لێ ئەکەوێتەوە. Okay, another part in here in this reading part, measuring hurricanes بزاني أتوانين بپێوین هێریکانەکان بپێوین. We measure hurricanes by categories from 1 to 5. Category A, or category 1, hurricane is the weakest. It has winds of between 119 and 153 kilometers per hour. A category number 5 hurricane is the strongest. The wind are more than 249 kilometers per hour. This is a very dangerous hurricane. Fortunately, there are not many categories number 5 hurricanes. Okay, we can measure hurricanes from category number 1 to number 5. Number 1 is the weakest one, number 1 lowest mana, and number 5 is the dangerous and strongest one. Number 5 ما بيسترونو ترسناكترينا بلام خوشبختانة number 5 كبيسترينا زور كم رؤيات. There are not many categories number 5 hurricanes. زور كما. Okay, another heading and another part in here, naming hurricanes. In previous page we have a question about this. Do hurricanes have names? Of course, they have names like women and men. All hurricanes have names. In this way, we can track the storms as they move across the ocean. كواتا هريكان كان ناويان هي وإما تواني تراك يمكن ياخد فولو يمكن بشين يمكن شن كوتين بين ياخد بدوان يمكن بزين لچناوچيك وچبو چناوچيك. Okay, and hurricanes also have men's and or women's names. The first storm of the season begins with the letter A, for example, Andrew, and the second begins with letter B, for example, Bertha, and so on. كاتا ناوي بابي ورزا كان كارو أدن يكم دانا كابونو لم سيزنا لم ورزا روياوا لتري أيام بوداناوا وكون ناوي أندريو for men وكون ناوي كي رجزي نيرينا بوبياو وهروها B for Bertha وكو رجزي كي مينا بكار هاتو كواتا ناوا كان چون أفرتو بياو ناويان هي بهمان شو هريكان سو سيزنا كانش ياخد هريكان سكان زريانا كان ناويان هي بهمان شو. أجر سيركي we have some words that underline it. For example, track, we have track, and we have occasionally, and we have huge. These words underline it. Why? Because they are new for you, and you must know about them because they are new. Okay, we must collect information about these words. After that, in the next exercise, we have an exercise about these underlined words. لا رانا نجوترا درباري underlined word أنا أمشاهل بجرهات وانا كتازن بوتو راهنانك مانهم. The last part, hurricane seasons. بزانين لشور ذكارو أدن. In the Atlantic, the hurricane season is in the summer and autumn. أتلم ناوشي لم أتلانتيكي كهمانا هريكان سكان لكيارو أدن لهاوين ولبايزارو أدن. It starts on 1 June and continues until 30 November. ليكي شو كان بردوام أبيت هتاوكو سي نوفمبر هتاوكو سي ينظم كات continues it means goes on بردوام أبيت. Occasionally there are hurricanes at other times of the year. Occasionally it means بدقمن كلا لا بارتكاني تريها ما بيت لتايم كاني تراها ما بيت. The peak is in September. كاتا برسلين لوتكا وق باسم كربشتو لسبتمبر ومانجينو دايا. This is when the sea is very warm. لوكاتيكا أو زورزور قرمبي hurricanes will start. دس بيأكات. This region has about 6 hurricanes a year. كات أم ناوشي أم أتلانتيكي همانا نزيكي 6 hurricanes يتيارو أدات سالانا. However, in the Northwest Pacific Ocean تركها معنا Northwest Pacific there are hurricane typhoons all the year round. كاتب بدري جاي صال شي هي hurricane سيتيارو أداتو زريالي تيارو أدات ل Northwest Pacific. Back to previous page, which is in page 17. Sorry, yes, page 16, not 17. La parashanza. In here we have 5 questions. Let's answer them. Do hurricanes have names? Yes, of course, like men and women, they have names. What's the difference between hurricane and typhoon? They're same. There's not any differences between them. How do we measure hurricanes? We can measure hurricanes from category 1 to 5. What is the center of a hurricane called? Now rasti hurricane chipi outre an eye. And in what seasons are they hurricanes? اما لچه season كل لچه ورزيكا hurricanes مان هبو. Okay, ببي ناوچكا لدو ناوچي جواز مان هبو كأتلانتيكو نورث ويست باسيفيك بو ليرا لا أوتمو سمر همان بو ليرشا all year round. كاتب الرجاي صال همان بو. This exercise is very important for building your vocabulary, for reaching your vocabulary. exercise گرنگه یارمەتیت وشەکان زیاتر بزانیت و بەکارهێنانیان هەم لە ڕووی ماناوە بزانیت بۆ هەروەها بەکارهێنانیان لە ڕستەیە. Okay, study skill box. We have this study skill box and we have some words in here. We must put them in the meanings because these words are same meaning. They have the same meaning with these words. They are synonyms. أموشاني ليردان هاو مانان هاواتان لقل أموشانك ليردا دراون وهرو أم بيس part of speech. Okay, دياري بكين بشكاني قصة كردني كآيان ناونا ياخد verba ياخد adjective ياخد adverb بيس جاي بكينوا وهروها دواتريج ماناكي بوهل بجرين ككاملة وشكانة. The high point whatever string خال goes on بردوام a bit. Sometimes هندي cut part of the word بشكل زي بشكل ناوشيك follow. It means track. It means شنكوتن. Very big. It means زور قبرة. That's clear. But before doing this, okay, tell me, before choosing the meaning, let's choose the part of speech for each one. Part of speech أقال بجرين. Huge. Huge uses for description and it means زبله. That's why this word is adjective. Huge waves. واتشابولي جورك هذا بوصف كردن بكارهنره. This one is adjective. Part of speech is adjective. Second one, occasionally. We have ly at the end and you know about this. If we have ly, it means that word is adverb. هذا ly معناه بلكوتايو أزانيت كأوشيا adverb. And number 3, track. We can track. We track. هذا track. We track. We a bit of subject. We track a bit of verb. Okay. Track. The part of speech of track is verb. And the meaning. We will select the meaning. Continues. Continues. It continues. Okay. It continues. In here, continues became verb. It continues. كاتب بردوام a bit. Okay, verb. And peak. Peak, it means the climax. Okay, the peak is in September. That's why peak it's a noun. And region. Harem Bahamash Kurdistan region. Nauna. Nawa. Let's choose the meaning for them. Huge. Huge, it means very big. In here, number 1 for this one. Occasionally, it means badagman, sometimes handejar. Number 2, sometimes belongs to occasionally. Track. Track, it means follow. Shankautan ematwani shanizriana kamkainu shanakanyan diaribkain. And continues, it means going. It means goes on. Bardawam a bit. Number 4, goes on. Peak, it means the highest point. The climax belongs to this one, number 5. And region, Kurdistan region, belongs to which one? Belongs to part of the world. Number 6 belongs to this one. In here we have the study skill box. While you are learning new words and you don't know about or you have a question or you have a sentence and you don't know about the meaning of one of the words in that text, in that context, how do you know the meaning of that word? كاتك سيري sentence كيك حتى وشيك معناكي نازاني شون أطواني guessing you okay بزاني معناه چی أدات by looking the words around this word بس يركضني وشكاني دوري بري you can guess it, you can predict the meaning of that unknown words بو شيء كان نازاني تواني prediction وبوكي page بني بوكي for example in here hurricanes rotate anti-clockwise around an eye. We have this sentence. Okay. What part before reading this one, what does second question, let's read it. Second question, what does rotate mean? In here we have this sentence, hurricanes rotate anti-clockwise around an eye. من معنى rotate نازانم بلام anti-clockwise أزانم يعني بمعنى بيشواني ميدي كاجمر around واتا بدوري كواتا rotate معنى شي أدات معنى سورانو أدات سورانو okay. rotate it means سورانو خلانو بدوري شابك دا ببيشواني ميلي كاجمر أسورتوا hurricane سكان زريانا كان كواتا what does rotate mean كمان معنى كي نزانم بوشكاني دورو بريا أتوانم guessing بوكا get bigger, move in a circle or rain a lot. كواتا move in a circle أما والله مراستكيا. Second, okay, question number 1. What part of speech is rotate? What part of speech is? It's a noun, verb, adjective, or an adverb. Okay, subject in here is hurricanes. Hurricanes subject كمانا ولا دواي subject توا زور بيكاد إما شي مان هي verb مان هي كاتا rotate part of speech okay chia verb. Hurricanes rotate. Hurricanes rotate. In here we have a study skill box about what, talking about what, using apostrophe. How can we use apostrophes? How can we use commas? We don't say comma, we say apostrophe, okay? Apostrophe, that we use this comma up on the words. In here we called this apostrophe, okay? Apostrophe bani كان ياخد ناوي هني. We have 2 points about this. We can use this comma, this apostrophe for 2 reasons. Only 2 reasons in here. Bodo reason أما أتواني بكاري بينين. One of them for position, second one for contraction. Position, it means belonging to someone or something. We have a noun belongs to someone. We have something belongs to someone. اشتك معناه بوكاسيك أجرتها لو حالتها خاون دارت يبي أوتر position, possessive s. And we have contractions. Contractions, it means missing a letter. For example, I am became does not became doesn't. We use this apostrophe in here for which reason? For contraction. وكو كرت كراوية كاتك اللترك من لا أبين بيتك من لا أبين كوما بكارهنين لم حالتها بي أوتر contraction. And in here كخوان دارتي بي أوتر position. Informal writings do not use contractions, but you can use an apostrophe for position. Find 2 words with apostrophes in the article hurricanes. We have this previous article. We can know or we can find a lot of positions in that text. And the uses of apostrophes in the previous texts. أتواني سيري بكل تكستي بيشو تراكب زانين how many contractions do we have and how many positions do we have. Now I'll explain it for you. For example, we have this sentence. Look at these examples that we have. For all of them we have an apostrophe وهم يعني apostrophe معناها. Let us know for which reason they used, for contraction or position. زين بو كركراو بكار هاتون ياخد بو بخواندارتي بكار هاتون. If we have a noun belongs to the person, belongs to the subject, it means this is position. أقرنا لك معناها بو subject كمان بقرته أو position وخواندارتي. And if we have a letter missed in that place, it's a what? It's a contraction. My sister's house and my sister is going. In number one, house belongs to which one? Belongs to sister. That's why in here use it for position. أما بخواندارتي بكار هاتوا position بكار هاتوا. And second one, my sister is going. My sister is going. My sister is going, and we don't have any noun or anything that belongs to my sister like house. Sister. That's why we say my sister is. This is. That's why it's contraction. And in here, Alice sick, Alice pen. Number one, Ellie is sick. Ellie is sick. كاوتا بحالتي تشي بكرهاتو. أما إذا كرت كراوتو كاوتا contraction. And I will write like abbreviation to be fast. بكرت كراوبو أنا نسرم وإلا تنرون وخيرات تربت. Alice pen. Alice pen. We have pen belongs to which one? Belongs to Ali. Ka pen كبو Ali أكرسوا. In this time it's what? Position. Position S. And also we have another point about using apostrophe and using comma in which reason. If we have a position and we have a plural noun plus if we have a plural noun, plus possessive S or position S. Plural noun by what? By using S and position S. In this time, what can we do? What should we do? If we have a plural noun and we want to add possessive S, for example, we have girls. Okay, it is plural. And we want to add what? We want to add possessive S for this sentence, for this noun, okay? We want to add possessive S. Plural S. In here we have a plural S. And also in here we have what? Possessive S. But we can't join two S's together. What should we do? How can I write or how can we write two S's together? شلون أتواني ندو S بنوسين بيكوا؟ أما لم حالتك S كي كمان هبي وروها S كي بخواندارتي من هبت دو S بيكوا يك ناكرة. That's why we must write down the words like this. بمشي ويا أي نوسين only one S تنها يك S أنوسين وهروها لم حالتك إما يك S أنوسين كوما كاتشيلة بسريت كوما كأكينا كوتايو. اگر اما هرشنا كابينتان اما هلي تايبينج نيا هلي تشاب نيا بالانجليزية كاتك دو اس يك اجريت اسي كو اسي خاون دارتي كوماكا اتشتا كوتايو چوكا دو اس بدو يكانايت يك اس انوسينو كوماكا اتشتا كوتايو. girls كاتا هر كاتك او اس بيني كوماكي لكوتايو بو واتا plural ناونا ناو كتكويا اسي كي كوت هيو خاون دارك تيشت هيا. for example girls room. اوكي جوري كتشكان بوشي ويا أنوسريت كاتجنا وكمان كوبيتو وأروى خاون دارتيش بكار بهنين. And here we have this exercise. Norris got a puncture. Norris' car is in the garage. Norris light. And have you got Norris' phone number? In here, number one, Norris got a puncture. We have got and we don't have any noun belongs to Nori. هيج نايكش من يبو نوري بقريتها. لم كاتياتشيا. إيسا كمان بحالتك بكار هاتوا كخاون دارتي نية كرت كراوية position لبروي أو إذا Norris has. Okay. For has and for is we use s. Sorry, my handwriting it's not very good. Has. And Nori's car is in the garage. Nori's car. We have a noun belongs to Nori. أقدر تسيركن لدوي subject أقول ناوي كتير من هي أقدر توبو subject لم حالته إما أم إسما مكارنا وبحالتي position قرانوا in here like this. And this is for contraction number one, and number two for position. Number three, Nori is late. Nori is late. It means use it for contraction. Is Have you got Nori's phone number? Phone number belongs to which one? Belongs to Nori. Have you got Nori's phone number? That's why we have position here, and this is position. In here, put apostrophes in the sentence where necessary. لرقم دانين بأوشناني كضرورة كبيسمان بيتي زين لتحالتك position منه و contraction منه تابتوانين أو كمايا أو apostrophe بكار بهنين براسترين شو. And correctly, how can we use apostrophe in the sentences? Have you got the girls' books? Books belongs to which one? Belongs to girls. That's why we must write down an apostrophe in here. And she's looking for them. She is. We need an apostrophe in here. My favorite seasons are spring and summer. The weather is beautiful then. هذا ورزاني حزيليتي spring و summer أو إيسا كوي أقدر بعمل position و contraction نيتا كوماي بودابنين لبر أويك أو ناوي لجواي وهاتوا كويا seasons ورزا كان. And the weather is beautiful then. Weather is. The weather is. We need an apostrophe in here. The students' exam results were very bad. They all have to retake them. The students' exam results. We have results. أنجا مكاني خويند كاران كواتا كويا أنجا مكانيان وهو students كويا exam result إيش بوتشي أجرته بو أم ناوا ككويا exam أنجامي تاقي كنو كشي بو أجرته كواتا لم حالته هم إسي كومان هي وهروا جرانا ومان هي كوما كلكوتايو أنوسين for this one. Don't swim today. The waves are huge and they are very dangerous. We have don't. Remember that if we have contraction, it's not only for s. We have don't, we have كاتيكالين كورس كراوة مرجني هربوتنها بو is bit بو don't شمانة بو are شمانة. For example, in here we need an apostrophe, and also in here they are. We need an apostrophe in here because letter A missed. letter A ملاشوا. Okay. In the winter months, many students go skiing in the mountains. winter months ورزكاني زستان manga كاني زستان winter months manga كاني زستان وان هيلرا. Many students go skiing in the mountains. كاتا students إيش خوي كويا و mountainish كشيكينيا لم حالتا إما بيس ما بيس apostrophe يجنيا. In here where necessary we have this instructions where necessary. دايرة بيشتر خوي بيوتون لتشكاتيكا ضرورة. In number 5 we don't need any apostrophe. لبنجا هيش apostrophe هيك ما بيوزنيا. And the last one, where is Mike's computer? Where is Mike's computer? Where is it's contraction, and also Mike's computer. Computer belongs to which one? Belongs to Mike's. That's why I must use a comma in here. I've got it here. I've got I have. That's why this is contraction. كركراوية. Have like this. HA, remove it and we use an apostrophe instead it. رجعتي apostrophe بكارهني بحالتي كركراوة. And in here we have a note. We can't use contractions for formal writing because that's wrong, that's not correct, but we can use position. اما خاون دارتي اتوانين لفورمال writing كرسمي بكار بهنين والله ناتوانين اني واجوان تركا كلا نسينا رسمي كانتا كركراو بكارنيني بونو they are مان هيا بكي بد they are changing words from short form to the long form كاتو شكان لا short form كان يانا ولا فورما كورتا كان يانا اكنو بفورما درجة كان يان بو اوي writing كمان راس درجت بيوستا اما long formي وشكان بكار بينين contraction بكارنيني السلواني بليت مامسا امش ACTI بلان بو اما تشاك نكراو Earth's area. Okay, look at this. Earth's area, it means what? It means now شكاني زبي. Okay, Earth's area belongs to which one? Belongs to Earth. That's why this is, it's not contraction, it is position. إسا خاون داريتيا إما اللم راهينا تنها contraction باسكين تنها كرت كراوة كان باسكين كحودانا مان هي إما بيستا بيقرينو belong form. Okay, the others for yourself أو أني تريش بوخوت باوكي من. Okay, dear students, in here we have this table about what, talking about frequency. We have adverb of frequency. Okay, we have always 100% and we have usually in here. And also we have what? Also we have sometimes, we have often, sometimes. And also for 0% we have often. وبود صفر كاشتك هرجس رونات often مانها. Sorry, we have never. شتك هرجس رونات we use never for this. Never. We use adverb of frequencies for what? For describing how often you do that task, how often you do this work. بوكابزاني رجدو باربونوي أو كاريكاتو أكيد شانيكا. Okay, when you describe a routine, use adverb of frequency to say how often you do something. For example, Hedy usually drives to the college and Beth is sometimes late with her essays. We can use adverb of frequencies for describing how can we do something or how often you do a task, how often you do a work. وإذا رجعتوا باربوني كارك مان ياخد إشك مان شانيك okay. Okay, we have two ways of using adverb or frequency. We can use them, for example, if we have a main verb or if we have helping verb. If we have is, are, helping verb I mean. If we have is, are, use adverb of frequencies in which place after them. Okay, use these words after them. Adverb of frequency أكيد دواي إزو أمو أروى adverb of frequency أمشانك همنا أكيد دواي إزو أمو أرو لرستدا وأجر إزو أمو أر مان نبت واتا main verb مان هبت لحالتك إما main verb مان هي main verb adverb of frequency أكيد بيش main verb أكا كاتا adverb of frequency yet adverb of frequency plus شي أبت plus main verb أبت. main verb it means فرمان السركي كاتك إذو أمو آر ما نبت فرمانك من رئيسي بت بي أو تري main verb كاتك main verb هبي وشكاني adverb of frequency لبيش main verb ون وكاتك إذو أمو آر ما هبت لجوايا وبكار أهن verb. In here we have two spaces in here with verb to be. The verb of frequency comes كاتك إما verb to be man هبت كواتا adverb of frequency لكي main verb كون main verb كون. Okay, we have second one, and with other verbs the adverb of frequency comes dash the main verb. كواتا لحالتك إما verb to be معنهبو verb to be it means helping verb, it means auxiliary verb is are. أجر إذو are معنهبو إما adverb of frequency لكيو بكار إهنين after كواتا لدواي main verb كوا after واتا لدواي وبكاري إهنين والله أجر إذو are نبات. okay, with other verbs لقل verb كاني ترى واتا main verb إما adverb of frequency لتشوشنا كبكاريني before لبيشيو before لبيشيو بكاري إهنين. okay, you can use adverb of frequencies for describing your routine and your procedures or things that you do. In here we have a paragraph about Julia's summer. Let's read the instructions for this. Read the paragraph describing how Julia spent her summer. Circle the adverb of frequency. What do you notice about the adverb sometimes? Read and complete the rules. زاني دردا أما جبت شي تكين أما جب بكار هنا adverb of frequency أكين أسواني خد بخماني توا وهروها بأساني ليتي بقيت كشون بكار هنا adverb of frequency لحالتك كمين verb تبي لحالتك ك verb to be ياخد helping verb ياخد إزو أمو are تبت. In here you can read it and that's clear. And if you want to write about your summer, you can write a paragraph about this by using adverb of frequencies. كاتب paragraph بنوسي درباري چی درباري adverb of frequency درباري having it أتواني بمشوي جوليا بنوسيت وهروها بأم دربريناني كبكاري هنا بيقولوا تسرجاني خوت وبوشوازة paragraph كدس أكيد درباري جاني خوت لهاوين دا كتشي كدو چي ناكيد. And of course we have another point in here. How can we use sometimes? We can use sometimes. For using sometimes we have 2 points. 2 points. How can we use sometimes? Okay, using sometimes like the other verbs, we can use sometimes before the main verb. Sometimes we can use it before the verb. بتوين لبيش فرمانا كوبا كاري بينوكو أم ياسايا before verb. And also we can use it at the beginning of a new sentence or at the beginning of a sentence. أتواني لسرتا رستكشا لبيجينينغ كيا لسرتا لدسبكا بكاري بهنين أتواني لدسبكشا بكاري بهنين لم حالتشا إما أتوانين begins. Okay, sometimes we can use it before the verb and at the beginnings of the new sentence. I will give you an example about this. In the review we have an example. I will tell you at that time. Okay, in here write a paragraph about your summer. Use ideas from the box and adverb of frequency. أم ideani همانا تواني بكاري بهنيت وباراجرافك بنوسي درباري having it. Play sports, stay at home, visit friends, family, go camping, go to the beach, mountains, park, go swimming and have picnics. But don't forget to use adverb of frequency. برجنا تشد adverb of frequency بكار بهنيت. In here, look at the study habits questionnaire. Write down or write the words in the correct order to make questions. In here we have a list, or we have some words. We have some words in here. We must to make a sentence. We must to make a question. Okay. لرا مشالمان هاي بيستركي بخين بوي بشويكي correct reason can correct ordering them in the correct way and in the best way to get a question. Boy question ekman the scaper sarik sabon muna number 1. In here we have do where you study to like. Okay, the answer for this is where do you like to study? Where do you like to study? I'll write down where Do you like to study? Where do you like to study? Don't forget question mark at the end. Question mark تنبينا جلوكو تايو. And second one, usually study when you do. When do you, okay, we can use when do you usually study? When do you usually study? If we have a question like this, you can answer like in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. And in here, where do you like to study? Where? قاعدة على where شوينك دياري أكين. حزن لشو شوينك كتو سعيدي أكين home, library or other places. And in here we have when. We must talk about talking about time or mentioning a time, specific time. قاعدة كبرسال كردم بوين بيت أبي بكات جواب بينوا. كأي morning بانيانا يوارانا ياخد afternoon يوروانا ياخد شوانا. To study, do, how, prefer you. How do you prefer to study? How do you prefer to study? كاتب بوشي وازركي أخين بتشي وازك تباشي داني سايبكي alone with friends or in study group. Make you notes do when you study. In here we can say, do you make notes? Do you make notes when you study? Do you make notes when you study? And study many do how your hours and in a week. In here we can say, how many hours do you study in a week? How many hours do you study in a week? كان ساعات لحفتيك دا سعيدة كيت أبيكاتك دياري بكين. And make do study plan how often you are. How often وش برسكة بيش أخين. How often do you make a study plan? How often do you make a study plan? بيرنا شكا وش برسكة من برز بندي بنوسين بون بيكم وير من بيش خص دوام وير من هبو سيام do you man habu sorry how man habu how do you prefer to study and number 4 we have do, number 5 how many, and number 6 how often. كاتا وشا برسا كانت بيرنا شي كبيشيان بخيت بو رسكت بطاوتي بنوسيت. And in here we have another instructions, we have another ordering about writing a paragraph. If you want to write a paragraph about study habits questionnaire درباره خروج تكاني سعي كردن, you can link the answers in here to make a paragraph about study habits. أتواني والله مكاني أم كشناني كهمانة والله مكاني ليك بيت والله بدو بارك نوي برسيارك من نظام برسيارك بون where do you like to study بوم دبنو سيتوا بوشوازنا بلام أتواني بليت I like for example ويرك نعلم I like to study at home. I like to study at home. Okay, and for second one I usually, you can say go or I usually study in the morning. I prefer to study with my friend. Okay, بوشي وازا والله مكان بيكو أنوسيت paragraphic الدز أكمل دربار study habits questionnaire بعمل شو أماج نمونيكا لسر study habits questionnaire ياخد study habits paragraph معناها تواني بهمان شو توش paragraphic بنوسيتو بكاري بهني لجاني روجانتا. In here we have a study skill box about how to be a good student. شو تواني ببيتخنت كاريكي باش. Everyone has his or her own way of studying, but here are a few tips. شان تبين يك معناها find a quiet place to study. شانكي هاد وبيدن بدوزي توبو وانا خوين دونو ساي كردن. Study when you are fresh, not tired, and get plenty of exercise and sleep. Find study partner or partners. It can help. Take notes when you read. Make study plan for the week. قاطع أم استراتيجياني كهمانة أم تبساني كهمانة أطواني يرمتي درد بيت بوي بتخون كاريكي باش كل شوينيكي بدن وهاد آسايب كيت لكاتك آسايب كيكا tired نبيت مانجو نبيت و get plenty of exercise and sleep راهنا نزور أعماد بكيتو حل بكيت دواي أو بخويت find the study partner هاو كارك بدوز توبو سايكنا قد ياخدشان هاو كارك بجروب كاربكن لسر أوشتيك أتوه take notes when you read تبيني بنوسي لكاتك كتوشتك أخواني توا and make a study plan for the week بلاني توا بهفتا كدا بنيت بوي بتوانيت ببي تخوان خند كاريكي باش In here in research finding information we have some ways for getting information شان رجعك من هيك إما زانياري ما لديسكي like encyclopedia, internet, book, movies or interviews and YouTube. We have some sources for getting information. Complete the diagram with the possible sources for information. Share your idea with the class. كاتسا كان كلمات واني زانياري اللي بدس بهنين تشين نسين. If you need information on a topic, hurricanes, desert, you need reliable sources or source. There are many different sources of information. For example, the internet and encyclopedia. Remember, it is important to make careful notes, okay, of the sources or careful notes of the sources you prefer or you refer to website, date, encyclopedia, and the title of publisher. كاتا إما بيوستا كاتك بدوي زانياريا أقرين بيوستا إما reliable source بدوزينو سرچاو باور بكراوا كان بدوزينو كزانياري راستو درستي تدا أو كاتا زانياري كيك أمانويت بدستي بهنينو لو سايتو بيهنين ونو الانترنت أو لا encyclopedia وبيت. And remember the important to make careful notes of the sources وقتی که تو لسرچاوی کوشتک اهنی پیوسته آماجک که بنای وبسایت که دیتا کی کاتکی واروها نای پابلیشرو او کسی کبلاوی کردتوا. And in here we have some ways for getting information. Sources of information وکو چی او زانیا اوانی که اتوانی زانیاری لبتس بهنین سرچاوا کن وکو textbook, journals, magazine, reports, newspapers, interviews, assignments, or we can say in maps. And also we can use programs, we can use questionnaires for getting information. I'm searching إما تواني زانياري عند البدس بهني كاتك بدوي اشتكا أقرين بدوي زانياري كأقرين. And in here decide what sources you will use to find the answers 1 to 9. Try to use a different sources or different source for each one. هول أديم زانياري أنا أتوان ليكو this map here, that's easy. Just I will do 1, 2 and number 3. Number 1 definition of the word search كاتك ما بدوي بيناسيكا أقرين أتواني لا source لتشو search هاويكو dictionary أو دسما بكي لقامو سوا. Temperature today in Singapore. For temperature we can check internet الانترنت أتواني بليجن ماركا شوها من دسكبت. The date when تاتكو من dead. Okay, we can use internet, we can use encyclopedia, and we can use history books for knowing about this. And the others like this وأنا تريشبها ماشي وأتواني بينوسين كالكو زانياري أنا مندس أكبت. In here we have vocabulary development, drawing and diagrams. Look at the words building, clockwise, track and dictionary. Draw pictures to help you remember them. In here we have 3 different ways for building your vocabulary, for reaching your vocabulary. Your brain likes pictures. Use drawings and diagrams to help you remember words. For example, كواتا picture كان وين كان diagram كان بكار بينا بوي وش كان زيادة لبيرد بمنتو أصلا تربي بو زانينو بفر بونت. For example, wind. Okay, using pictures, and wave. Using hand, using pictures also for knowing about the words. And rotate, it means circling around. And using pictures also, you can also visualize a picture to go with a word. كأتواني when يدرس كيبو شكل خيالته. And also you can use diagrams for grading groups of word. For example, for grading we can use diagrams and we can use arrows أتوانيسا مهمة بكار بينين بورز بندي كردنيان small big very big and huge and also for village town city country بمشي وازانا إما بمسر رجاء يارمتي من أدن زياتر فري وشكان بينو وزياتر ريكورد يمكن لمشق معنا بمانتوا for a long time we can record more vocabulary and we can learn more vocabulary by using pictures and visualizing and also by grading طبعا سرقة أتواني بشي زياتر فرق بينو وهروها سوديكي زياتر ببينين بوي زياتر لمشق معنا بمانتوا Okay, in here complete the table with the words about the weather. Use your dictionary to find the right part of speech. لردا review man here, review of unit 3. I'll do it for you. In here we must write down the adjective, noun, adjective and verbs for this word. And we have snow. If we change snow from noun to adjective, we must to add y. Snowy. We must to add y. And windy, the noun of windy is wind. Wind. And also we don't have any verb to windy, but for snow, we can change snow from noun to verb by adding to. In here we have to ice over. The noun of ice to ice over is ice, and the adjective for this is icy. It's an adjective. Rain, we can add y, rainy, and for verb to rain. We have cloudy. The noun of cloudy is cloud without y, cloud. And to cloud over, it's a verb. We have sun, and we can add sun y, but we must write down double n, add another n and y for changing from noun to adjective. n اكتريبو زي أكن y زي أكن لم حالة أبت adjective okay. We have verb mania, and also we have warm. In here, the name of warm is warmth. Warm. And adding th, warmth. And in here we can use to warm, and we can say warm up. It's a verb, and also we can use to warm. Heat, the adjective of heat is hot, and the verb is to heat. Fog, if we change fog from noun to adjective, we must add another g and adding y. Foggy. And we don't have verb form for fog. In here, put the words in the right order to make sentence. وش كان رأيك أخين بوي sentence فانتس بكويت. بشتريش exercise ما نحل كردولو باريوه. And in here, using adverb of frequencies. Be careful if it's a question. In here, for example, Marin likes studying at night. لربري main verb man هي إذا أمو أرمانية ياخد verb to be mania. كاوتا لريا إما usually بكار أهنين. In the second one, because it's a question, أبري question خوي أبد لدوا إذا أمو عربي بلام لبري شوني يوكيو is لكوشنا بتوانا كاوتا إما always late. لرو بكاري أهنين. خوي شوازة راستكي بمشوازة. And also the others will be like this. For example, we have it rains. We must use never in here. And I often read before the main verb. And the winters are long and cold. After are we can use usually. Okay, and we have sometimes at the end. For sometimes we can use sometimes before the main verb. And also we can use sometimes at the beginning. كاتدور كمان هبو sometimes كألد why ياخد له پێش main verb پێش main verb و هەروەها سەرەتای ڕستەکە ئەتوانێت sometimes بەکاربهێنین. And also we have another exercise. We have these gaps. We must to fulfill them by these words that we have, by these verbs. Complete the sentences using the verbs read, interview, look up, and serve and consult. Okay, in here serve it means seeking, it means searching. And we have consult it means rabish kirden. I often dash new words in a dictionary. كاتو وجهك تازة فرق بلا dictionary تشي ليكيت. Of course, look up سيدي أكيد. Look up سيدي أكيد. And second one, if you dash the internet you can find a lot of useful information. If you surf أجر تو تشي بكيت surf بكيت ياخد search بكيت. And the other one, the student was not sure when to recommended, so he had to dash an encyclopedia. كاتا بيس تشيب كالا encyclopedia ياخد بجراستي زانياريك بكاتو واتا consult. Number 3, consult بو بجراس كنوا بو قران بو دوا زانياريك. The researcher will dash several students to find out about their study habits. كاتا researcher كاو كسي توجنوكي كردوا مقابلة چند خوێندکارێکی کردووە کاتە interview کردوون. Number 4, interview. And the last one, Maria has to dash 3 science textbooks. You can read textbooks. Number 5, read. Okay, be careful about them. That's all about unit 3. If you have a question, don't hesitate, comment below. And that's all. أجر هالبرسياري كتهبو أتواني ببرسيت comment بنوسا. I can answer you okay so as soon as possible. أتواني بزوتين كان إن شاء الله جوابتان more. And that's all. Have a good time. Goodbye.